I was miles away from where this guy was. I was very far. We were very far apart, and the guy literally walked inside water, inside everything to come and meet me. That, oh, this person is around, like the printer person, place I wanted to print, that they're around now. That he tried calling me, that I didn't answer him. That it's because I'm fine. No, if not because I'm fine, he will not go through the stress. Because me itself, I understood the stress that he went through. Hey guys, my name is Folashewa and you're welcome to the Couple Start Podcast. I'm so excited you landed here. On the Couple Start Podcast, we talk about life, love, faith, relationships, and bands of various kinds. We are here to learn, have fun, and enjoy our journey to becoming. Thank you so much for joining me today on the Couple Start Podcast. Enjoy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Couple Start Podcast. My name is Folashewa. Thank you so much for the love and support on the last podcast. We appreciate it. We see you. We see your love. Thank you. If you're a returning listener, thank you for always coming back. Thank you for sharing with your friends. Thank you for telling everybody you know. And if you're a new listener, welcome to Couple Start Podcast. We're glad to have you here. We're glad you are here. Thank you. So with me today is my co-host, Delight.
Hi everyone, thank you for having me here again. It's a great privilege.
Thank you for joining us again and again. So today we are going to be talking about pretty privilege or handsome privilege, as the case may be. So for starters, we're going to get to define what pretty privilege is. So pretty privilege is a person who has more opportunities and has become more successful in life because of how attractive they are. This is gotten from the Urban Dictionary. Another definition says that pretty privilege is a privilege one receives as a result of meeting society's beauty standards. These standards include having a small nose, having a fair skin, you're young, you're slim, you're not so big, you have a good facial symmetry. So that's what pretty privilege is. So pretty privilege is what you get from being pretty, the standards, the favors rather, that you get from being pretty. So let me ask Delight now, what do you think pretty privilege is a thing? Is a thing here in Nigeria, or generally is a thing?
Okay, so thank you very much for Lashewa. I think that pretty privilege is an actual thing, but it's not one that is maybe really written out there. It's not one of like the privileges that's probably written, like being a trust fund kid, something like that. It's not something that you are maybe, let's say, giving birth into like maybe riches, like silver spoon. But it's not something that as you grow older, the society confers on you. So I think that was maybe better thoughts was brought into being, by maybe the way the society is constructed, like being a patriarchal society. It means that men were originally supposed to go to work, and men were supposed to be like the ones that women were supposed to be the one that give birth to children and take care of the children and the whole household. And that means that led to women being objectified, like sexually, means that they are seeing more of like being attractive, like the ones you get attracted to. Their bodies were just made to like maybe give birth to children and for like reproduction's sake and stuff like that. So over the time, so that meant that women were were benefiting from being pretty. So it means that maybe when you're being single, you could see people stop you on the road to talk to you, or this kind of situations. Maybe people paying for your transport, people getting you food, all those like little benefits that come into play. So it might not be like a privilege that's written out there, but for me, okay, let me take this example. Like me have you ever walked into like a office building, and like the first person you definitely meet is a receptionist and a secretary, who is most likely female? And have you ever seen like a receptionist or maybe a secretary that is probably like an ugly person? No. So it's something that's hard to see. So it means that it doesn't allow me that other people that went to like apply for the job or interview for the job weren't as pretty as them. They actually usually hide it under the guise of being attractive, that you must dress responsibly, look attractive, one thing. But it's all lies. We all know that they actually look for like the finest people to to employ. Yeah,
to
you get what I
employ.
mean. So I wanted to say, I was about to say that maybe that's why all these guys used to get married to, used to have affairs with their secretary.
PA.
It's always the PA or the secretary because they're always like attractive people, if you get what I mean. So I don't know if that backs up my points, yeah. But I want to throw it to you that what do you think about the privilege? Have you ever like benefited from it? Or how has the experience been for you so far?
Okay. Um I've benefited from being pretty. I have a lot. As per the fine girl that I am now. So I have. The most recent one was just recently. I went to do something, but I was not conversant with the place. I wasn't sure of my way around the place, and it was raining. It was raining, and the area was a bit flooded. The area was a bit flooded, so I think I needed to print out something. So I was trying, and it was very early in the morning. I needed to print something, and I was trying to ask around, where can I get a printer, where can I print my documents? I can't remember. As I was asking around, they were very nice. They were like, okay, go there, go there, go there, I'll go there. They'll say, no, they're not around, blah, blah, blah. So I just started walking and looking for where I could get the place. So I was miles away from where this guy was. I was very far. We were very far apart. And the guy literally walked inside water, inside everything to come and meet me that, oh, this person is around, like the printer person, place I wanted to print, that they're around now. That he tried calling me, that I didn't answer him, that it's because I'm fine. No, if not because I'm fine, he will not go through the stress. Because me itself, I understood the stress that he went through, because the place was flooded and he walked through water. He walked through everything to come to come and see me, to come and tell me that, which ordinarily would not happen. Like, it will not even happen if it was a guy, for instance. I don't think a guy would do that to another guy, that, okay, let me walk through let me walk through water to come and tell this guy. It does not really happen. So I feel like this privilege is mainly it is majorly accrued to girls, like to ladies. It is mainly for ladies. Or what do you think, Delight? Has it ever happened to you as a person, or have you ever heard of your guys getting this privilege?
Okay, so I think, like you rightly mentioned, is mainly like ladies that get to benefit from this privilege. But I think maybe guys get to benefit from it maybe like in their younger ages, like younger years, like let's say secondary school, university, or like one I could probably like remember like a personal experience was when I was doing my A levels back then in 2013 thereabouts. I had like this teacher, history. She was like the youngest, prettiest, like finest teacher that we had. So I was usually known for like being like naughty and like disturbing the class, making jokes here, disturbing somebody during class and stuff. So there was this day where she was taking us during class, and I was disturbing the class as per normal. So before I continue the story, I just wanted to let you know that as per, I'm a cute boy. Cute is the word. I don't think you should call me fine, but cute. But maybe I'm not as cute as I used to be back then because I was younger and stuff. But back then, so back to my story. So I disturbed the class as usual. Then she turned around like, who was that? Then they were like, it was Delight. They snitched. My guy snitched on me then. They were like, Delight. And okay. Then she's like, Delight, stand up. Then I boy had like this face I used to give, like maybe when I'm in trouble, like when I know I've messed up, I don't used to give her this particular face. Then she now smiled and she looked like, Delight, it's because of you that you know how to look for my trouble, and when you look for my trouble, you know how to make me relax and something like forgive you and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, then she'll like sit down. So I don't realize that my other guys will probably like maybe do like the same thing. They felt like, okay, like maybe she had a thing for maybe guys in the class. But it turned out that it was just maybe a privilege that I myself, like I alone probably enjoyed. So I think like that privilege is just like maybe on rare occasions, maybe when guys are probably younger. But I feel like as you get older, it switches from being like maybe answer privilege to more of like a what's the word now? It's more of like a social privilege that you probably get. That's maybe when they stop seeing you as maybe like a fine guy. Okay, yes, you're fine. But what does he have? Is he doing
does he have money? Does he have car? Does he have a good job?
Yeah, you get all those things. So now people, they now stop seeing you as like maybe you don't now really like get like those pretty privilege or handsome privilege. So now what now actually makes me realize that is guys don't really get like social, like the old handsome privilege, because and it's more of like a social thing. When that you notice that if a guy has money and is rich and is madly ugly,
Yeah, and it's madly ugly. Forget it.
nobody really cares about your face. Like nobody now
Forget
cares about your face anymore. It's now about what you have and what's like who you know, all those kind of situations.
Yeah.
So I feel like for guys now is no longer a thing of being like a handsome. It's now more of
person,
what do you
you
bring to the
have,
table?
yeah.
Like what do you bring to the table? This kind
Yeah,
of situation.
you actually notice that those guys, the ugliest of guys, get the finest of girls because they have money, they have cars, they have everything that you need in life. They have it.
Yeah, so like to back up what you mentioned, I was this morning I was watching a YouTube channel about the guy was talking about like this whole handsome and pretty privilege, and he gave the example of Jay-Z. He was rating Jay-Z's ugliness on a scale of 0 to 10, something like that. They was saying that then he now referenced the tweet that somebody said that Beyonce deserves a finer man, but then a guy now replied and said, "What do you mean? Jay-Z's cute." So it now means that, of course, Jay-Z is a billionaire. He's not as good looking as maybe other celebrities out there, but he's a billionaire, for crying out loud. The money makes up for what he lacks in like facial things.
I'm sure most of us knew that Jay-Z when we were growing up. Jay-Z was not so handsome. Like he was not so fine like that.
You get me?
He was not so fine like that, but he had money, so that's all we need.
Exactly, like that's what really people care about. So even to a guy, once like for the guy to say that Jay-Z is cute, not like he's maybe attracted to Jay-Z, but his money makes him cute. Are you trying to tell me like the top 10 guys that the top richest guys in the world are
But if you look at it now, if you look at Jay-Z now, the money has evolved, so he's now cute.
Is it cute because of the money or because it's actually cute?
No, it's because now it looks better than how it was when before, yes. Because yes, it looks better. It looks better. That's it is I think maybe money makes you look fine, because if you don't have money, you would not, you will remain
trenches life.
Like you have the trenches. Like even let's take a look at is it Naira Marley now or Zlatan? Those people, before they really had money like that, they were ugly. They were not fine. But now, like, at least you can look at them twice. That I think that's the what was that? That's how Jay-Z's, because Jay-Z from time past was not really fine, but recently now, as time goes on, is like you can look at him 3 times.
So why are you looking at him? Is it because of the money, or because he's actually like facially getting finer?
It's actually facially getting. That's what I'm saying. Like money makes you, like if you have money,
It's like perfume.
Yes, it will make you fine. Like it will just make you fine. Like it will just do something to you and you'll be fine.
So I think I get what you want. It's like I think I get what you mean. It's like what's the name of that governor? One, you see, Oshomole or something.
That was ugly.
That he landed that hot little woman.
Yeah, that one. The money is not doing it. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not doing the right things that they do. Because the money is not yet doing it.
It's like Agbo and Fanta.
The money is not yet there for Adam to show money. It's not. I don't know. I'm trying to look for a classical example so that we can see that, okay, the money where it used to be is not. Maybe Olamide too was not really that good. Okay. But now
it's like a lot finer.
I just feel like money does something to you. Case in point, Jay-Z, Olamide, even Naira Marley. The only person that I know that money has not done anything for. Or we can say like this, thinking about it now, let's take for instance Portable. Okay. Portable has he has money to an extent, right? But he has refused to
What?
He has refused to better his life. Like he has refused to use the money to make himself look good.
Okay.
I think that's what like Portable now, he has money to an extent, but he's still in the trenches. Like, he still wants to be in that trenches. He still wants to look ugly. He still wants to.
He said he wants to look ugly, but to himself, he looks this thing now. Someone called him Demon Tigerian.
So I think that maybe people that have money and are still not fine, like Adam Sushomole, Portable, and
I just hope they don't come and carry you after this podcast.
I forgive us, please. So I think because they are not just using the money to do something that they are supposed to do.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we've gone to many places.
Yeah, I will come back.
I will come back. Okay, so but really, when we talk about pretty privilege, I would like to ask: is it a good thing or a bad thing?
That's so I think it might seem like a good thing for people that actually like benefit from it, and it might seem like bad for people that probably don't benefit from it, because not everybody actually benefits from like the whole privilege, like pretty privilege, and says that maybe you are going out on the road, somebody offers you a ride. There's some people that nobody offer you a ride, they even splash water on you, all those kind of situations.
And there are some people that the car will be following, they'll be walking like this, the car will be following them. Enter now, sis. You're looking good.
There was like I remember the scenario. So there was this day I was walking on the road. I think I went to buy water or something. So I was coming back. So there's this very fine girl that went to buy pure water too. So she put the pure water on her head. Like she didn't even really care about how she looked and everything. For someone to actually like put pure water on her head means that she doesn't actually really care what anybody thinks. Then this guy actually went like past. Then he reversed. Then he started like literally following this girl. This girl was walking pure on her head, and he was like driving in his car like that. She should come inside and where she going to? One thing. So I just feel like situation like that. There are some people that nobody run. Yeah, they did not send you from anywhere you're coming from. So for in that situation, like a girl like that, maybe she said that she doesn't even like want to like she doesn't really care about what she looks like, and she's really going out, but yet she's still like benefiting from it. But from the flip side, so like in that situation where nobody like really cares, like you enter like a place, nobody looks at you twice, you're walking on the road, nobody sends. It's not like a situation where I think the best way to probably classify it is, when you have like friends that know everybody on the road, you're walking with them, and they're stopping to talk to different people, and you are just standing waiting for a friend to finish talking. After I finish talking to first person, you walk another like 100 meters.
I like walking with those people.
Yeah, you get how you mean. So if for the person that probably maybe enjoys that privilege, that's how it seems. It might seem good, the person's having fun, but the person that is on the other hand is not benefiting from it. It might seem like it might feel maybe depressing in that sense. So I think that's what
I get what you mean. And to be honest, if we look at it deeply, for somebody, let's paint a scenario of a girl, a light-skinned girl, a fine girl, and on the other hand, we have another girl that is big, that is plus size, and okay, let's say they are friends and they are working together, and then a guy just walks up to the other girl, the fine one, the finer one, and then starts talking to the person, and the other girl has to wait. Don't you think it would mess with her esteem? Don't you think she will always look down on herself? She'll always be like, okay, just have low self-esteem because of. I think that's it would really affect somebody like that. Am I?
Yeah, I think I agree with you. So I think in that scenario, it really actually messes with them, because if it's something that is always recurring, except maybe the person like stop caring about what other people thinks, but on the average, now that everybody's trying to form woke, it's more of like something that is a perfect example that actually makes you become depressed. So now you now start to maybe like detest maybe that friend. If you're not, you're like, is he only the only person? All this type of situation where you start like comparing yourself to the person, that why does this person get this? Why does this person get this? It's not like a situation where maybe somebody now finally approaches you, like they like genuinely like and approaches you. You now feel like, so what do you see in me? Like, I'm not like this other person. Why not talk to my friend? All this type of situation. So it actually leads to I feel it's like a situation that actually leads to like depression in the long run. But some people actually see it like maybe cruise, like, okay, anytime they know that, okay, if I go out with this my friend, I know that I don't spend money, but there'll always be one guy that'll come and pay for us. Or this kind of situation.
Some people like that. I feel like the people that are like that did not start from being like that. if that makes sense. So it now depends on being comfortable. If you like I said earlier, you didn't start like that. There are sometimes you doubt yourself. Okay, why are people not always coming to me? Is it because I'm like this? Is it because I'm like that?
Yeah.
All those type of things. But I feel like you have to get to a stage where you are comfortable with your own self. Like, okay, this is how I'm made. This is how my body is. This is even if like, for instance, let me give an example. We have people that they eat 5, like their plate is usually very full.
I know one skinny boy like that. His name is Lai. Shout out to you.
Like, you know that they eat a lot, they do everything, they eat every 5 seconds, but then their stomach is still flat. They will do everything and they will still be skinny. They will do everything, but you see somebody just tiny plate of rice, tiny anything, and their stomach is big. Yeah. What can they do? Nothing. So that is, if you get to that stage where you are comfortable with, okay, this is how my body is.
Yeah,
understanding yourself, understanding that, okay, this is how I am. There's no way I can change it for anybody. Like, there's no way. That is where you can now begin to enjoy the cruise, as it were, with your friend. That, okay, if I go out to this my friend, though, I know that 1 or 2 people will buy food for us, and me, I'll eat out of it. There's no how. So that's where you can. So what am I trying to say in essence? In essence is that, okay, if you feel like you don't really partake, or you don't really benefit from the pretty privilege, understand that, first off, be comfortable in who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Be comfortable in, okay, this is how I am. Maybe many people don't even, I feel like even if you get comfortable in who you are, maybe that's when people will start.
Yeah. So there's a way you even approach it. Yeah.
That's when people will start. Excuse me. That's when people will start. That's when people will start approaching you and everything. But I'm listening to what we are saying now. Is it a good thing for people to favor you? Like, is it a good thing for you to get the pretty privilege? What do you think?
Of course, yes. Of course, it's a good thing. Come on. It's clearly a good thing.
Well, I think it is like, you want to help me? Help me. I really don't, like, help me.
Why?
Like, for instance, now, like you said about walking on the road and someone wants to give you a ride.
Yeah.
Like, but nowadays, don't enter ride, though.
Please, don't
enter ride, though.
Especially if it's tinted and person, why not?
Please don't. Please, I beg. Like, the society, how everything is now, is not advisable to enter ride or enter somebody's car that you do not know from Adam. Please, I beg. But then when you see someone there, please, you will even want to keep your transport fare. That okay, let me just enter. Since this is free ride, let me just enter and go. So yeah, what was I saying?
Yeah, so I think what you were talking about, like, being comfortable yourself. I think I actually agree with that. So a situation is actually like two sides of the coins. Like, when they say if somebody offends you, you have a choice to maybe take the offense or like walk away from it. You get, so you can either take the posture of maybe having like bad low self-esteem, or maybe just catching the cruise with the person. Okay, you know that, okay, you're going with your friend. Like I mentioned, my skinny friend, like, the boy can eat the whole of the world, and the boy is remain skinny.
I have a friend to Deborah. That girl, she can eat, but the thing is, I've just been looking at her, and her stomach will still be flat. Like, her stomach is like skateboard.
Skateboard.
Like, it's so flat, and we like this, that we don't eat much and everything, and our stomach is like opposite of what we expect from what
yeah. So I think it's just basically understanding yourself, and like understanding where you're coming from, like the type of person you are, and like just growing to love yourself. I think that was basically what makes like the whole difference of someone that actually benefits from it and you don't benefit from it. Because I was watching a video, and the person was saying that if you're like talking to like a pretty lady, like let's say from the guy's posture, so I'm talking to like a pretty lady, the pretty lady doesn't have to do so much to impress me. Unlike when you're talking to a person that's unattractive. She was saying that the lady was saying that she doesn't benefit from it. So what she has to do is she has to do the acting, she has to write the script, she has to tell the jokes and those type of things to actually like get to actually like see and like, so it feels like they're actually making like more efforts than the normal person. So I think like the best thing is just be comfortable with who you are, accept who you are, and just go with the flow.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about it now. I just thought about, okay, you talked about in a workplace, in an organization where there is where there is a beautiful person and a not so beautiful person in
Yeah.
that sense. How do you think, and the beautiful person gets all the privilege, probably they increase her pay, probably they just do things just because she is beautiful, like she's pretty, and the other person there is not as pretty, they don't look at her twice, they don't do anything. So how do you feel, like how should she be in that kind of
Like,
situation?
so the lady that's not getting like so much
Yes.
attention.
Yeah, the lady is not getting so much attention. What should she do?
Okay.
What should she do?
So I think in that situation, I think the one that is maybe not getting as much attention as the other should, I think the first thing that the girl shouldn't do is compare herself with the other person that's probably getting the whole attention thing. So because if she compares herself, she now becomes starts to like feel inferior, the whole self-esteem. She starts getting bitter about the whole situation. So I think what she should tongue twister. What she should be focused on is maybe improving like what she lacks in maybe the pretty privilege, making up for it in maybe skill, intellect, maybe being informed, all this type of situation where that maybe.
Sorry to cut you short. I just think what you just said now. I think there are people that say this, that beautiful people, pretty people are not so intelligent.
Yeah.
They are not so intelligent. People that are not that pretty, they are intelligent, they know book, they know word. Like, is that true?
So I think it could be is two ways. So I think it's two ways. So I feel that on one side, it could be that the people that are actually pretty and know that they are pretty and maybe now becoming like the being pretty now enters their head, it gets to their head. So they now become very pompous and they now like try to exploit. Yeah, so they now try to exploit only that part of them. But on the other side, there are other people that maybe don't really care about it. Their point maybe does benefit from it, but still are like focused on who they want to become and what they actually want to become. So there are actually two sides to it.
That makes sense. So what you're saying now is that there's a side that just dwells on it and just if I go out, this person, I will surely get somebody. So that's what they exploit it. Yeah, and there are some people that don't really care, but they just work on themselves and just if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't come, I know my worth. I know what I can do. Okay, so let's go back to the organization. You were saying something.
Yeah. So I was saying something about the organization that she should not compare herself with the other person, and she should just focus on like building herself, getting more knowledge, being informed. Make sure that be the type of person that when you speak in a room, people actually like have to pause and listen. So that way your work actually like speaks for you. Even your work actually speaks for you and not maybe definitely the pretty privilege can actually like get you into the door. But when you get into the door, what will actually keep you inside that position you get? Stopping and you can see the fire on my head. So that's what I think about like the whole thing.
Okay, as we were talking, something came to my mind again that imagine if the pretty girl also works on herself, is not taking the pretty anything, like she works her butt off in the job. And everything, and then the girl also, the other lady, also works herself out, like reads, she improves herself, does everything, and it is still not working for her. Is there a case? Can there be a case like that?
So
I'm forming it.
Yeah. So in that scenario, so I think in that scenario, what will actually like the pretty lady will actually get the advantage. I'm sorry, but it is the truth.
Yeah.
Because the pretty privilege will actually get her like into those like rooms. So because you are fine, like so for example,
keep her because she has sense.
She actually has the intellect. So it's like saying you are a boss. For example, let's say you're a CEO and you have like a meeting with like your partners, or you have people you are trying to reach out to, like to partner with you. Maybe you get like work jobs you get. So you know how maybe in big organizations they say you have to dress smart, you have to be using this type of phone, all this type of like perks and criteria for you to become like executives. So if you are a CEO in that scenario and you have to pick someone that is really pretty and knows her stuff, and somebody that is maybe not so pretty and also know her stuff, put yourself in the scenario of the shoes of the CEO. What will you pick? I'm turning back to you. So whatever you decide is on you.
Just answer it yourself.
So we're trying to you decide in your head who you think you're actually going to pick as the CEO based on that scenario. So I think that's like the whole case about the whole pretty privilege
Pretty
and
privilege.
having the intellect and everything.
Yes.
So let's I'm sorry to cut you short. So I think we've probably maybe talked extensively about the whole pretty privilege. So in the case of maybe the guys not getting like pretty privilege, and it's more of like a social thing where you have like the money, all this type of things, all these stands and everything. So I was reading something about that because of that whole social thing, it now becomes an issue for guys when they realize that maybe their wives or their girlfriends start to earn more. So it now becomes a situation of you have the pretty privilege. This is my own privilege. So it now feels like the guys now become sort of threatened. So it now feels like if you have the money and if you have more money than me and you get like more pretty privilege than me, what do I have? So it now becomes a situation where guys now become like insecure about the whole thing.
Ego now starts playing out.
Yeah, you get the whole thing. Like the ego actually comes to play and say that okay, they now like they don't want a wife that earns more. That this is my role, and you being pretty is your own thing. You don't try and take it away from it. You now become defensive. So I just feel like that's like the whole scenario. That's what really causes the whole men saying they're not comfortable with this.
I don't want my woman to work or something like that.
So I feel like that's what really happens. And so aside maybe the person being jealous, aside all that, I feel like the whole societal construct that says the woman, this is a patriarchal society, the man provides, the woman is supposed to be pretty objectified, whatever it is. Yeah, you get that is your thing. So I feel like it's more of like a societal thing, like the old education that the society gives you, that this is what it is and this is what it is. So I feel that's what I think about it, like on the flip side. So my question is, do you think guys, the way like people like guys actually look at ladies like and say, okay, you are pretty, so maybe I pick you up on the road and stuff like that. So do you think that guys should also be classified based on that? So you know how you mentioned that somebody's pretty, has intellect, has the money, or this kind of situation. So a guy that's a scenario of a guy has all the money and a guy who doesn't have like the money and the position. So how do you think that should be? How do you think that should be? How do you think that should play out? Should that be like a thing, or how do you think that?
So you're asking that, okay, should a lady follow a guy because of the money?
Yeah. So a situation, should it be based on
the money? Okay, let's look at likeness now. If I like a guy and he has money, so I know most people might think that okay, because he has money, that's why I like him, right? But what if I genuinely like the guy, not because of his money and everything like that? That's why Yoruba will start. Okay, before I go to the Yoruba part,
always want to quote it.
So I feel like that's what the problem is. People now, they don't differentiate true likeness, or now everything now seems to be like only the money. Every girl is after the money because he has money. That's why he's falling. But I don't think that is necessarily. I'm not saying that everybody. Like, I'm not saying that in some cases it doesn't happen. But because like I feel like is in like 50%, is a 50% chance of that happening. So I might like a guy because of the money, and I might like a guy because I really like the guy genuinely. So, I'm sorry, I've forgotten your question.
So now my question now is, should it? So let's say, okay, let me put you on the spot. So there's a guy that you like and doesn't have money, and there's another one that has money that you don't like. Which one you pick?
Which one would I pick? Which one would I pick? So, as a child of God that I am, and I have the Holy Spirit inside of me, I will really, as they say, let's look at the guy that doesn't have money right now. Let's look at it. What's his vision?
You don't want to pick somebody that has television over someone that has vision, because you want the person with vision on the television.
So what's his vision? Like, there are some people that are just that people that don't just have money, and it's not like they don't have the, like, what would I say now? You don't have money and you're not making moves to have money. That's a different case. Like, if I can see that you're actively making, like, you don't want to be the way you are. If I can see that you're actively making moves to make money, to have money, I would. That's not a problem. I would definitely go for the but go for the guy that is not so rich. I'll not say poor, he's not so rich.
Okay.
He's not so rich.
Yes.
He's not so rich. I beg. He's not so rich. That's why Yoruba will say again that nowadays ladies are not waiting for surulere. You have money. That's surulere. That very soon, like what our parents did. You know, our parents too, they were not so rich like that. They believed. They believe that one day they will have money, and the day has come now. They have.
So it's not all of them that the day came. Just putting it out there.
At least they have money now. But like they feel like ladies nowadays want a lot of sugar. Like God has done it. We're already rich. We're already rich. Everything that we can have in life for life and godliness that's been made, they have it already. So, but if the guy is not actively doing anything to make money, I'll go for the rich. I'm sorry. I'll go for the person that is.
So if you go for the person that you don't like but that has money,
is even problem. Like I don't like you. There is.
So if it just feels forced.
Just feels forced, Abi. And we will not go for anything here because it's actually hard. It's actually a very hard thing because how would you be in a space where you don't like the person and you're just following? I just remembered one example. I just thought about it. Do you know Regina Daniels?
No.
One girl like this that married one very Nedwoko. Let me quickly show you.
We're still live on the podcast. Yeah, just give me like.
So okay, like the girl is very young. I think when she married that Ned.
I think you told me about it.
That Ned, I think the Ned already had like 4 wives or 3 wives. Let me just 3 wives, and the man is not so fine, but he has money. Even the blind will know that this girl is marrying this man because of money. So I don't think I can do something like that.
Okay. Because,
and again, the man is way older than the girl. So I don't think I can do something like that. That is, I feel in my mind that that's just madness because the man is not attractive. Like if I'm going out, so this is the person I'll just be looking at. I'm on a date with the person, and this is the face I'll be staring at, like nightmare.
what?
No, I'm not saying Ned. I'm just saying generally. Yeah, so I don't think I can do that. So this episode has been so much fun, laughters here and there. Let's just wrap it up. Let's put everything what we're trying to say together. So we know that pretty privilege is not going anywhere anytime soon. It's going to be here, and it's almost like it's here to stay. So if you feel like you've not benefited from this privilege a lot, or you've not even benefited at all from it, I just feel it's time for you to get comfortable in your own skin. So if you feel like people are not talking to you, or guys are not helping you, or you are not getting favors in your place of work, in just randomly, maybe when you go to a restaurant, when you go out, when anything, just get comfortable in your own skin. You know that it might warrant you to do twice the work, but then just do it. Like, just do it. Just do the work. What do you have to say?
So I think, I actually agree with you. Like in closing, I think that's what we should really be focused on. So I feel like as much as you're trying to maybe change the narrative of how things are, because changing the narratives of what the society actually thinks is going to be like a whole lot of education, and I don't think it's something that can happen in like a year or like during your lifetime. So I think the best bet is still get comfortable with who you are, get to know yourself, try to just build that confidence who you are, and just from there, like, just build on that.
I feel like even as we are saying that it might not go away anytime soon, it can start with you by what you do, like being comfortable in yourself. By the time everybody sees that it is a narrative that will be changing little by little, by the time you tell, when people see, your friends see that, okay, this girl is not even is not feeling bad or anything like that, then you transfer it to the next person. Another person will pick it up. Another person will pick it up. That's how change happens. So we put out the question of the day asking if you've ever experienced pretty or handsome privilege, and we got a response from my friend Doing, and she said she has gotten this privilege, she has experienced it, she enjoys it daily. It's her daily it's her daily bread, and that's what she does for a living. So she was like that recently she went to give a story. She was like recently she went to renew her international passport. When she got there, she met quite a crowd, and then she had to just find a way to go to the officials. And when she got there, she was polite, was nice, and they were not like, you came late, fine girl, like you, oh yeah, wait, come, like something like that. And then she enjoyed it even without having to wait in line or do anything like that. So yeah, you can still keep your responses coming. We just love to hear from you. Love to hear what you're thinking, your opinions and your suggestions.
Yeah, and so if just in case, you can keep your responses coming, and just in case, you never might know, your response might be the next one we read on our next episode.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah. So thank you so much, guys, for listening. Before we go, we have another segment that we'd like to share with you. It says hypothetically speaking. So we have a question here. Please do well to answer. Do well to give us your response on what you would do. So the question says, would you rather win 10 million naira or allow your best friend win 100 million naira? So let us know in the comments. Let's send us a message on Instagram, on Twitter, you can send us an email. You can drop a message anywhere at all. We'll be so glad to read your responses. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. Thank you for tuning in. And we hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we enjoyed shooting it, as much as we enjoyed
So thank you very much, guys. Thank you for staying to this time. If you stay to this time, you're the real ones.
Real one, MVP.
Thank you very much. We love you, and we see you in the next podcast. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. This podcast is available on Anchor, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, and you can also listen via my website, which is coupledstuds.com. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and follow on all social media pages, which will be in the description box. See you in my next episode. Don't forget to be good, be kind, and stay beautiful or handsome, as the case may be. And if you have any question, you can send it to my email address, which is couplestuds@gmail.com. I love you.